A very good morning to you. Thank you so much for keeping it Y254 on this fantastic Wednesday morning. My name is Shiko Kaitani, taking over for my fantastic co-host, which of course is Kalami Val, Hilda Wadivi, and Mr. Barry Moses. As always, that SMS number is 22162. Please begin your text message with the words YM254. If you'd like to talk to us on social media, well, karibu sana. We are Y254 TV on Instagram as well as Facebook, and Y254 channel on Twitter. And today on Hello Day, we're on to another health segment. This month of April is Cesarean Section Awareness Month, and today on Good Living, we want to help young mothers. Of course, if you are expecting or you're already a mommy, we want to celebrate you and continue to create awareness, of course, and educate people on cesarean and, of course, maternal health generally. So in studio with me today, I'm excited, very excited to have professional and practicing midwife nurse Nerea Ojanga, and she is joined by Molly Riaga, who is here to share her birthing experiences with us as a mother. Ladies, karibuni sana.
Asante sana.
Okay, so this discussion, for me, I'm really excited because I think it's going to help so many people who are watching, yeah? And even for me personally, I'm going to be learning a lot in the next 20 minutes. So please don't hold back. Talk to us like you would talk to all your patients, Nurse Nerea. And of course, for us, thank you so much, Molly, for willing to come and just talk about your story. So just for those who aren't really too sure, Nurse Nerea, can you actually tell us what a C-section involves? What exactly is it?
Thank you for inviting us to this program.
Yeah.
A cesarean section involves delivering the baby through the abdomen. So that means the mother will go to theater under sterile conditions, get a cut in the lower part of the abdomen, and get the baby out. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay. So in terms of when we talk about a C-section, right? When is it actually advised? Because we hear that, by the way, it's not advisable. Don't just think you can wake up and decide, by the way, as a pregnant lady, this is how I'm going to have my delivery. I'm going to go for a C-section. Unfortunately,
that is what is happening. But
yes,
a cesarean section is essentially supposed to be to save the life of the mother and the baby. So it's not a mother deciding, I want, today is 18th, I want on 18th to have my baby out. It is actually supposed to be a procedure done because for some reasons you are not able to proceed, or natural labor, or for some reasons you are not even allowed to go through labor. So then the professional, the doctor, the midwives will decide, together with the mother, that you cannot be able to proceed, or you cannot go through labor, and so they take you for a cesarean section. Okay. But unfortunately today, the story is different.
It's different.
Yes.
Molly, we were talking just before we got on set, and you actually confessed that, by the way, you wanted one. So tell us about that.
Thank you, Shiko.
Yeah.
Yes, but I'm a newly mother.
Yeah.
My girl is
yes. Oh wow, congratulations. Yeah.
So initially I wanted C-section.
Yeah.
Reason being I just didn't want it.
You didn't want it.
I didn't want the labor.
Yeah.
And then on the fact that I delivered before, the experience I went through. But when my doctor told me, give me a very good reason why you don't want to deliver normally.
Yes.
Then I didn't have a good reason.
Okay, all right. So my director has just reminded me that we need to say that SMS number because text messages are already coming in. That is 22162. Please begin your text message with YM254 as Molly continues to share her story with us. Yet again, if you want to get in touch with us on social media, Y254 TV on Facebook, Y254 TV on Instagram, and Y254 channel on Twitter. Okay, so it is Cesarean Section Awareness Month, and we're going to get back to Molly in just a minute. But Nurse Nerea, I want to find out, in what circumstances is a C-section required before Molly continues?
The C-section might be required when a mother has gone through labor. She's come and she wants to go. She's in labor.
Yeah.
Because all babies should be born naturally.
Yeah.
But then they come into the hospital, and for some reasons, the baby maybe is getting tired. The passage is too small.
Yeah.
And you have done everything that is required. Then the mother goes for cesarean section.
Yes.
Of course, if you have had one cesarean section or two, then we will not allow you to go through cesarean section. So we actually plan for your cesarean section.
Yes.
Sometimes the mother might be so sick or might have a condition, like now maybe they have had very high pressures.
Yes.
And you are given a timeline to deliver this baby. Then sometimes it's not good to push this baby through cesarean section, through labor, so you take them for cesarean section. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so Molly, you will continue to tell us about your experience and exactly why you definitely wanted, because you can hear those are the circumstances. So you are going to share with us.
Yes.
You can hold the microphone.
I didn't have a very good reason
Yes.
of going for C-section, but sorry for
Yes,
that.
it's okay.
I didn't have a good reason, just the way I've said.
Yes.
But because the experience I had, that laboring, the whole process, like my first baby, I took like around 8 hours to deliver. And I find it to be so long. Well, this one, when the doctor told me, no, you are going to try the normal delivery.
Right.
If it refuses, then I take you for CS, for C-section.
I really want to know what really goes through the mind of a woman who's just about to have a child. And I think because, like I said, our demographic is young. We're talking to young mothers out there. It's a scary time.
It is. First of all, you are like, oh, when I get what if I get a big tear? That is one. Two, the myths. People say when you deliver normally, then you're the private part. It takes time to heal. Or your husband will run away. These are myths. These are not the true things.
You should see Nerea's reaction.
Yeah, these are myths.
Right.
Yeah.
So those are the concerns you had.
Yeah, those are the
But
concerns.
health-wise, did you feel that, by the way, I might not make this through?
Not really. Not really.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. And what kind of attitude do you encourage, by the way, Nerea, even as a midwife, in that particular moment when someone is just about to have their child? How do you help these mothers, by the way?
A lot of mothers, when they have carried this pregnancy to term, and they're waiting for the day, maybe they're waiting for labor, they get engulfed by that fear.
Yes.
But what we encourage the mothers to do is, we have what we call childbirth class. This one will not learn in the antenatal clinics. So we encourage them to come for childbirth class. The childbirth class, what it does, it empowers them with knowledge.
Yes.
It empowers them with even coping skills in labor.
Yes.
It empowers them with an attitude of actually getting excited to go through labor and actually tell the world, yes, I went through labor and I delivered normally.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So we've got a question here about whether age is actually a factor that determines whether someone can actually have a C-section. Maybe because, as for example, teenage pregnancies, probably the vaginal canal has not yet fully developed. What do you have to say about that, Nerea?
Age is not a factor because you remember, our mothers were very, very young when they got pregnant.
Right.
And a lot of them delivered normally. And even today with teenagers, I've seen quite a number of teenagers, proper teenagers, 13 to 17, 18, 19. Actually get pregnant. And you see what happens with teenagers. A lot of them, this pregnancy is concealed. So they'll put these big, coats and big, jackets.
Wow.
And the mothers never get to know, or their guardians never get to know these girls are pregnant.
All throughout.
Yes, until she says, oh, I have abdominal pain. Oh, I think I'm having, hyperacidity. Oh, I think I'm having ulcers. And the mother will actually go with it.
Yes.
And I've seen quite a number of them coming to the accident and emergency.
Yes.
And my baby is unwell and my baby is sick. And we go in, and within no time the baby has come out. And we're telling the mom, you are the newest grandmother in town.
Congratulations. Wanashtuka.
Yes.
Oh my.
Yes.
All right. So age is not a factor.
It's not.
Okay. I hope we got that by then, because even for me, I actually thought to some extent this is actually what is advised for younger women, because they probably wouldn't be able to push. But let's go back to that whole idea about how cesareans are fashionable. And Molly, you have just hit the nail on the head. Young ladies feel today, and let's just be honest, they feel that, by the way, when I actually push, if I deliver normally, my vaginal muscles will not go back to their original form. Molly, really?
It's not true.
Yeah.
It's not true. First of all,
Yeah.
when you deliver normally, then there are a few things you're advised to do. You eat well. There's the exercises you're supposed to do called Kegels to tighten the muscles.
Yes.
Then within 6 weeks, you're able to heal. Just the way I told you, me, I'm good.
Yes.
I delivered 3 weeks ago.
Yes.
But it's like I'm healed already.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And so, as Molly now continues to share with us, of course, Nasterea, what kind of care do you actually recommend for those who have delivered normally and have these kind of concerns?
By the way, when you
Yes.
talk about the birth canal,
Yes.
it will enlarge for all the pregnant women.
Yes.
Because the body prepares for this baby to come out. So whether you have delivered normally or you're going for cesarean section, that part of the body actually gets some kind of loosening and widening. So what we advise the mothers, all of them who have delivered, even when we talk about childbirth class, we do exercises after delivery. So we have day 1.
They're called Kegel.
We have the Kegels and we have the other exercises.
Okay.
Because you see, mothers who have gone through labor have been tightening their muscles. So we kind of tell them how to or take them through how they're supposed to do the exercises.
Right.
First of all, there'll be the Kegels, and of course now we need to deal with the big bump, which needs now to go back.
Yes.
And so we take them through the exercises during pregnancy.
Yes.
So when they deliver, it's just a kind of like a follow-up. And remember, a muscle that has been stretched, going back is very easy. So this is a muscle that has been stretched by an oncoming head.
Yes.
It goes back easily, much easier and much faster than a muscle that has not been stretched.
Yes.
So going for cesarean section just because you want to have fun with your husband is a myth. As she says it.
Molly, you want to add on to that? Yeah. And I know this may sound a little bit graphic, but when we talk about Kegel exercises, and maybe there are those who don't really understand it, Nerea.
What exactly
is it? What's this Kegel they keep talking about?
In short, let me take it traditionally.
Yes.
You know, in those homes, traditional homes, there are no toilets.
Yes.
There are no, there are latrines. And a lot of times you don't go to the latrine.
Yes.
You go to the bush.
Yes.
And as a married woman, you're going to the bush and you're doing something. You're just going to do pee.
Yes.
And then you hear your father-in-law cough. What do? You try as much as possible to hold that urine because you don't want him to hear that you're in that bush doing something.
Yes.
That is Kegels.
Yes. Oh, wow. So it's just holding.
Yes.
Hold.
Yes.
And so I understand that you can do Kegel exercises everywhere and anywhere.
Yes.
So, I mean, it doesn't matter. It's not like you have to prepare yourself in any particular way, but you advise women after birth to just continue practicing holding, tightening, release, hold, tight, Okay.
Excellent.
Yes.
And of course, it's not a what? Just for pregnant women and for women who have delivered.
Yeah.
Every woman. Sometimes we encourage even the men, but every woman is supposed to be doing that because of the pelvic floor muscles, so that when you reach a certain age, like my age, you're not all over the place running around looking for toilets. Yeah,
that's true. Okay, so it's about encouraging vaginal health as well.
Yes.
All right. So tell us some of the practices or what the things that you actually did immediately after delivery, Molly, because I think that's also something that we need to talk about, post-delivery care. How do you take care of yourself once you have delivered?
Okay, once after delivery.
Yes.
First of all, you're advised to empty your bladder frequently.
Yes.
This one helps you to prevent the complications which might arise.
Yes.
So you continue emptying your bladder. After emptying your bladder, then you're supposed to start eating nutritionally. Your nutrition status has to be good. So you eat well. This one will help you, your cells, your body cells.
Yes.
Gain. Yeah. You start breastfeeding your baby immediately.
Right.
Continue breastfeeding. And then hygiene is the key factor here.
Yes, tell us about the hygiene routine.
The hygiene, because you see that blood which comes out immediately after mother delivers is a very good media for microorganism. So we encourage to like take baths at least twice.
Yes, what is this we hear about salts in baths that are supposed to actually help mothers who've delivered?
The hygiene, as she says, is very important.
Yeah.
Nutrition is very important because there are so many, tissues that are damaged.
Right.
So you need to take, a lot of care. Eat balanced diet. Of course, not overeating. Eat balanced diet so that the healing tissues can go on. And then the hygiene, as she says, blood is a very good media for infection.
Right.
And there is a lot of blood coming in from the uterus as the uterus is contracting, trying to go back to its pre-pregnancy state.
Right.
And remember, in that uterus those are placental site.
Okay.
That placental site is raw.
Yes.
So if there's any infection that comes from below, then it will get access to the placental site, which is raw, and that can bring very bad infection.
Wow.
So hygiene, we talk about salt baths. Initially we used to talk about sit baths, where a woman puts water in the basin and then sits on it.
Yes.
But then it is no longer in vogue, because when you do that, you are also encouraging some of the flow from the anal area.
Yes.
So what we do, we tell the women, you don't even need sophisticated things to put there. Just go have your shower, get the flannel which you are using, put it in a salty water which can taste, not very salty, and just put it there. That heat will bring a lot of blood flow to that area, and the blood flow will be able to heal all the bruises. Whether you have a cut or you don't have a cut, there are always bruises around that area after normal delivery.
Okay. All right. So that being said, one of the most frequent questions that we have, Nurse Nerea, you can actually confirm this, is that a lot of young people, obviously you can tell, sexually active, and probably we do have young mothers watching, and the one question a lot of people have on their mind is, how long should one actually wait to have sex post-delivery?
Okay. Yeah, that's a very good question.
Yeah.
And the period allowed is 6 weeks. After 6 weeks, everything has gone back to its pre-pregnant state.
Wow.
And the healing is complete. The uterus has gone back to where it was before the pregnancy. So then we allow the women to now go on and have sex.
Okay. And in the case, for example, of a C-section as well, because that's a wound, isn't it? It's an opening. By
6 weeks, the wound is healed completely. But of course, cesarean section is a pain. It's kind of sustained pain. If I went to labor and I delivered, even if I had a cut, by the second week, I'm done. I'm healed. But when you have a cesarean section, it takes longer. So you really have, the mother will have some little pain down there. Baby sex in the first place will be a bit uncomfortable.
Right.
So it's good to talk to the partners of women who have gone through cesarean section to be more gentle.
Okay, so Molly, from your experience, and even having of course, I'm sure in your ward befriended other women, some of the stories that you have shared, how were you able to probably get your partners involved in the entire birthing experience? I find that a lot of men sometimes could be a little aloof when it comes to childbirth, and even delivery, they don't know what to do, confused actually, and it's a very scary thing to get involved in. But Molly, tell us.
Okay, mine started right away when I realized I conceived. We were going to the antenatal clinics together. The preparation started from the antenatal clinic by my doctor. Then during delivery, it's good, my doctor allowed my husband into the room.
Oh, really? Okay. Okay.
Even though he was so much scared, like, oh, this is...
I hear I know you more than even the pain that's happening. So a lot of women want to fukuza.
No, that is why we insist on childbirth class. Because when I'm doing my childbirth class, you must come with your husband. And if there is no husband for some reason, come with the person who's going to support you. Then we have some, some other services. Like now the doula. A doula is now me following you into labor room.
Yes.
And just being able to tell you, remember you're supposed to be doing this exercise. Remember you're supposed to be breathing in and out. And that makes the woman's fear, it's like they transfer that fear and that pain to the doula. Because then the doula now knows everything, calms them down, tells her, let us walk. Like now we've come into this, could be a labor ward, but you're not near. We walk out and we go and maybe sit somewhere and have a coffee within the hospital presence. And we come back and we take our water and we breathe in and out. And it becomes just like a walk in the park.
Nice, nice. Yeah. So, at the end, what happened? He didn't faint.
No, he did not.
You can use the mic.
He did not faint, but at least he was the first person to carry my baby.
Oh, great. And it's all thanks to the classes all about sharing and talking before.
Yes.
Okay, all right, great. So that being said, maybe now you can just explain further how men can actually get involved, Nasneria, from the beginning. What should a man do? I mean, they don't even have to be married. They could just be a young couple watching.
Yes.
How can guys get involved?
The father of this baby.
Yes.
They might, just the way you're saying, the father of this baby, please, if you have had a relationship and the pregnancy has come in, please take responsibility as a man and walk with this lady through that pregnancy. Because remember, the baby start hearing their parents' voices at 11 weeks.
Really?
So we want this man to be present, because babies 11 weeks, remember, and we are going up to 40 weeks. So this baby is able to identify with that male voice. This baby is getting now more confident as they are in there, because they hear the music, they hear the mother's voice, and they want to hear the father's voice. In fact, some would say, some of the mothers, as we take them through childbirth class and we tell them how to counsel this little baby, sometimes these babies hear their fathers or that big voice of the father more clearly than when the mother is talking to the baby.
Really?
So sometimes they get frightened. If like now they go to the hospital and they're frightened, the baby's frightened, and there's a way we tell the mother how they're able to tell how their babies are getting frightened, because they're in a new environment. The mother, the father, they'll puts the hands there and talks to this baby and they quieten down. So it's a very crucial thing that the men, even if you're not married, but you're the father of this baby, please walk with them. Or you have found a lady and she's expecting, and you want to walk with her as a man, please walk with this lady and be the father figure to this little baby.
Wow, I like that. Something as simple as speaking to this child in the mother's tummy can actually make a difference. I like that.
We had an experience in Aga Khan where this mother goes in for induction because she insists, no, my birthday baby, this birthday has to be 19th, like tomorrow. So that she goes for induction today, and against everything else, they have to go and make sure that everything is good. In most of the hospital, they do that. And this baby was very restless, very restless, because the machines were too much. And the man came in and talked to the little baby, and the baby just quietened, and the lady was able to go through all those procedures, and the baby was calm.
Wow, gentlemen, are we taking notes? Thank you, Daria, for that. Let's now get into maternal care, and in this particular case, insurance. From our experience and even just doing research on the ground, a lot of young people don't see the need of thinking ahead and actually going and getting insurance, for this delivery. We've got projects. We've seen, of course, First Lady Margaret Kenyatta with Beyond Zero campaign. And then now we've got Linda Mama. Why is it so important for young people to actually take Linda Mama seriously, and what are the benefits that they could be missing out on if they're not insured?
First of all, I'll encourage them to take NHIF. Because Linda Mama is just Linda Mama. So the mother comes into labor ward, and then she registers in Linda Mama, and it actually takes care of the bills in the hospital, especially in the government hospitals. The private hospitals, I'm not very conversant with that, because I believe they must pay a little more, even if they're NHIF holders or they are Linda Mama holders. So it's very important. But the many young men and women I've worked with are very good at getting insurance, making sure that all that process is covered. So the few that are not covered, can they please take NHIF? Because in the government hospital, once you have NHIF, or you come in labor and you register, And when you register, please register through the whole process.
Yes.
Whoever is there will be able to help you to do the Linda Mama, because if that process does not go through, Linda Mama does not cover that delivery. And so you either now get it, you know, out of pocket cover,
yes,
or now it becomes another totally different story with the government hospitals.
Okay.
So it's very important that they do NHIF. It's very important when they come in and they don't have NHIF for some reason, then can they do Linda Mama before they deliver? And of course, saying that when the baby is born, can that baby be registered with NHIF? If I'm an NHIF holder and I go through labor, when I deliver my baby, I register my baby immediately with NHIF.
Okay.
Because that baby is going to be a beneficiary of so that if they have to be admitted, then their bills are also covered by NHIF.
All right, Molly, maybe you can tell us in terms of the cost implication of actually having that child. Did you have your maternal care cover? And then maybe Nurse Nerea, you can give us a gauge as to how much a C-section costs, because my director has actually told me that's one of the text messages that has come in about the cost of a C-section. Go ahead, Molly.
Okay, the NHIF I used paid for me the bed.
Yes.
But my insurance had to pay the whole bill. So it was a normal delivery, and the amount was not that little if you are not covered. So that's why it's very important
to start.
So
as a young person, because you even had your first child at 27, yes, we know things are expensive, but what would you advise young mothers to do? How can they actually start that saving process?
You really don't have to wait until you conceive.
Yes.
For you to start saving.
Yes. Yes.
No. Because as things are moving on, in fact, even the things for the babies are very expensive. So save as little as you can, such that when you're conceiving, at least you have some money. That is one. Two, NHIF is very, very important. Me, I thank my insurance that they could pay my whole amount. But if you can pay the NHIF, you go to a public hospital, it covers everything.
And how much are we talking about NHIF every month? So it's 500 shillings.
Yes.
That we're asking people to contribute.
The minimum.
That is the bare minimum.
Yes.
So 500 shillings.
500 shillings.
Okay. Okay.
And in the private, in the government hospitals, I think it pays about 17,500. Of course, the cost of section in a government hospital, like established government hospital, could be running anything up to 45,000. But in the private, now that's a totally different story, because it's 180, 250,000 and stuff like that. The normal delivery in most of the hospitals, it's between 30 to 45, 55, 60, depending also. If you develop another complication, it could go much higher. Then the good thing is most of the hospitals, private, have packages.
Right.
So they tell you, if you go through section, this is the amount. If you're going through normal labor, this is the amount. So you start putting it in, because like NHIF, she's saying, just in the private hospital covers only the bed. So that means the rest of the deliveries and everything you have to cover yourself.
Okay. All right. My last question is actually going to be about what a doula does. You know, you've touched on it briefly. Maybe you can give us a quick explanation about who a doula is. And if you'd really encourage young mothers to actually go out and look for a doula. FYI, by the way, Nerea is going to be my doula when that day comes.
I am a doula.
Yes.
A certified doula.
A certified doula. Okay, so who is a doula?
And the doula is a certified person who has gone through the program of being a doula. And a doula is a woman. They might not be professional. They might not be midwives. But a woman who will work with the mother through pregnancy and childbirth. And in fact, that bit of the childbirth is very important, because labor will, in a hospital, will actually get a few women scared. But when you have a doula, then you are kind of transferring your anxieties. You can share your fears, and they can give you the confidence, because we need this woman to have the confidence to go through labor. And of course, the doula then exits with the mother after delivery to breastfeeding.
Yes.
Breastfeeding is not as easy as we read it, that you're going to pick the baby and put on the breast.
Yes.
There are so many things that go with breastfeeding. And if you have a doula, then it's like you're covered.
Yes.
It's not like you are going to the hospital, you are looking for insurance.
Yes.
Have a doula, then you are covered emotionally, you are covered physically, you are covered, you know, mentally, so that we have rest. Because when you have rest after delivery, the healing is the way they say, new air.
Yeah.
And the breastfeeding is so easy because then you have somebody, an expert, to help you with the latching, to help you with the baby, to help you with, not that I'm going to sit in that house and do that, but just coming, sit and see how you're doing. Of course, even now looking at what you're eating, your nutrition, because the doula should not leave you in the hospital. The doula is supposed to work with you even after delivery.
Where have you been when we hear all these crazy mothers in maternity wards removing their clothes, pulling their hair off, beating people?
Are there. We are there.
Where are you to calm them down? You know, you're walking through Pumwani and there's a naked woman just walking across you and you're like, okay, all right, we have a problem.
and that then scares you.
Yes.
It's like a woman who has never delivered and you see a woman walking around in the, because they are singing in their mother tongue.
It's
and
too hot.
Yes.
Like,
the people who have gone through childbirth and they have their doula will be wondering, why is she doing this?
Yes.
Can somebody talk to them? Of course, sometimes we even become doulas to other women in the hospitals when we see them doing that, because it shouldn't happen. It shouldn't happen.
It's true. It's
and
true.
Of course, a doula will still go, like Molly said, she was with her husband. I could still be with her and her husband is there.
Right.
Yeah. Right. So a doula is not a substitute for the man.
Okay.
Or for the spouse or for the significant other.
Okay. All right, Nastere, I'm going to stop it there because we are running out of time. But real quick, please tell people, young mothers who probably are expecting, even those who just want to inquire more about doula services, how they can actually reach those services or access those services. In this program, please get in touch with this program and get my number. I am practicing at Kilimani, so you can get my number. I am also on Facebook, and it is Nemad's Midwifery Services. Yes. That is the name. Okay. Then we can move it from there. All right. All women should go through childbirth classes. All women should have a doula. Yes. As their birth companion. All right, great. Yes. You have one fan in studio here known as Kayesu there, who says, great job, ladies. Thank you so much for all the information. Molly, thank you so much for sharing your story. And of course, Nasderea, thank you so much for giving us some great advice today on the show. Yet again, Nasderea Ojanga, who is an experienced midwife with us in studio. Molly Riaga, of course, who is a lovely mommy in studio with us, telling us more about her birthing experiences. Of course, like we said, it is Cesarean Section Awareness Month. Keep that hope alive and continue to spread the love. And of course, let's help our mothers even as they go through this particular special period in their lives. All right, my name is Shiko Kaitani. I'm going to say a big thank you for keeping it Y254 on this morning. It's time for me to say kwaheri, and we will see you on Friday at 9 a.m. on another edition of Hello Day. But even as we go, check out these interesting facts on this week in history. Bye-bye.